Alright, this one has nothing to do with tiny triumphs. If you want some habit-related content, check out my past videos. This is just a story of someone who had an experience that I've had personally and you've probably had as well, and it really gets to me. So it was an expert of some sort. They leant across the table and rather loudly and publicly questioned this other person as to where it is that they got their qualification to recommend supplements to other people. Now, they weren't talking about supplements at the time, but I've got to assume that there was a conversation about supplements before because that person had a good experience with the supplements they were taking. They were sharing it or recommending it to a friend. They didn't know how to respond to that, as most people don't, because it's the expert hammer getting slammed down upon your head, and you're kind of like, well, yeah, I don't have any qualifications, I guess I'll shut my mouth. It doesn't work like that in any other field. I mean, they have no doubt recommended books, movies, restaurants to other people, and yet they are not librarians, they are not film critics, they are not restaurateurs. Where are their qualifications to do that? And that's absurd. You know, we don't look for qualifications for most things. You can have your personal experience. That is good enough reason to share something, and you can have a discussion about it. You can talk about anything, and I guess that's why I really don't like this objection, because it shuts down conversation when conversation needs to open up around controversial things rather than being shut down. I get why health is a contentious issue, because the consequences for bad advice could be higher. You need to only trust experts, and yet experts get things wrong so often. The issue with only relying on experts is that you are absconding from your duty of taking responsibility for yourself, of thinking critically and going and figuring it out. That's my thoughts on the whole expert sledgehammer that can get slam dunked on people's heads from time to time, more often since 2020.